Let's talk some toys in here. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today it's the Man-Child. All right, so today for review, we got a new Master Universe Revelation Hero, part of the Masterverse line, or Wave 6 in this series. Now, obviously, they stuck with the Revelation title, going back to where we first seen his character in the Revelation cartoon in the pre-Eternia scene, so it's not a new Eternia. That's what I thought it would be, but it's Revelation. It looks pretty cool, and pretty much what you expect from the Masterverse line. Everything seems like always a dull color instead of more of a shiny color, like they did in the Classics line. But it looks okay. The armored also looks like the upper part's going to come off, and then the torso and the buck itself is going to be just painted. And I'd say that because the battle armored He-Man in this series that I already reviewed was the same way. So trying to customize, here you go again. It's going to be limited on what you can do with them because these figures just can't pop the waist apart like the origins or something. But it is what it is. The head sculpt looks pretty cool. Again, of course, we'll look at everything once I get them out of package. Comes with his power staff there, and some hands, but I don't see the sword he that the Classics came with or that he's known for. I don't know. Maybe he's in the package, but I don't see it. Anyway, it's cool to finally get a figure hero because he's was a big part of the pre-Eternia story, and we see him in Revelations, and here he is. And flipping around to the back of the box, there's our typical Masterverse style art. We got Hero there, with a big grin on his face. Let me bring that in. And of course, in our figure, we have a closed mouth, somewhat of a grin, not even. Would have been cool if he came with two different heads. One with an open mouth, if you like the grin, or some kind of battle pose and a closed mouth like we get in the box. I wish all the Masterverse figures would do that. It's funny how some figures like the 2.0 Tila, you get two heads, Evelyn going back, old school you get two heads, Viking He-Man you get two heads, and then we get another character and you give him one head and you're charging the same price. I don't get it. Is it? But okay, anyway, bringing the bio for a closer look, you pause and read that. Now, same thing here. Armed with the magical sword of He and the cosmic armor from the Temple Power. Now, obviously, we have the cosmic armored and the staff, but I do not see a sword in there of any power sword or sword of He. Once we get him out, we'll check it out. But here you go. Why would you say that? It's a very important piece for this character, and he doesn't come with the sword. I don't know. But anyway, here's the rest of the rest of the figures in Wave 6. I reviewed all of them so far. Now we have Hero in hand, obviously. I want to make another point too here. Check this out in the art in the background. We have Eternia, right? Got the Castle Grayskull Tower there, the front tower and the Snake Tower. I bring that up because, I've been asked on my channel in the comments, like, what do I think of the Motu Origins Eternia pre-sale coming out? I think it's this month on the 12th. It starts, right? I'd love to get it. I'm gonna try to go on the list, and if anything, I'm probably gonna, get it towards the end of the month. I'm not gonna be able to do it on a sale date. And I think anyone who buys it between the 12th and 19th, they get a King Grayskull Origins. But it's a lot of money. It's cool. And even though the money I spent on things, it's a lot of money for most people. By the time you're done with the shipping, the surcharge, the $550, you're talking $700 easy. And that's just in the U.S. So it's big. But anyway, there's Eternia. I thought I'd bring that up. Here's a quick look around with Hero out of the package. And bringing Hero in for a closer look. Check out that face and head sculpt. Yeah, really cool face sculpt, I gotta say. I do like it. The way the eyes are done. Just a neutral grin. Nothing over the top. Would have been cool. Again, have a second head with a battle-ready face, but it is what it is. It's not the worst. I like the paint, just the way the paint is on the face. Some of the figures of paint I noticed, it's just kind of off from the body, but Heroes it's perfect. Metal band looks really good. It's a metallic goldish color, but see, it looks different. The paint on the band looks a little different than the armor. I kind of wish the armor was this color. I like that color better. This is it's a flatter metallic gold, and this is shinier, like almost like a vac metal. But anyway, the got the jewel air painted. Now it's not translucent, nothing. It's all part of sculpt. Mine's got a little chip in there, and the band doesn't move either. Obviously, it's all sculpted to the head. But the eyes are cool. Hair, I like the hair design. It's unique, for a pre-Eternia He-Man type character before He-Man was actually around. Articulation, right? Go forward, down, left to right, and then it's hindered back here because of the longer hair. The hair is it's pretty hard there. It doesn't really, it's not too flexible, but I like the way it's sculpted outwards, like he's moving in the, the wind there or something. Here's even a little closer look. You just want to see the detail in the eyes, profile of face, give you a little better idea. So moving on to the armored arms now. Now the armored has these little buckle pieces up top that's kind of sets the cape, and we'll get that in a second. But as far as the arms, all the same, everything we've seen in the Masterverse before, right? And go all the way up, down, forward, back, bicep swivel. It's got the double, kind of the elbow joint in there, pinless joints. Arm can go all the way up like this towards his face or chest. It's got these cool arm bracers here that obviously you can see they come off and they do spin around. So for customizers, it's not like they're sculpted like some figures are. He comes with two semi-open hands that are also hinge joints and a couple additional hands we'll get to in a little bit. And they can obviously spin and go all the way in and out. And then to pop the hands off, there we go. I'll take that one off so just show you. So the bracers will come off. Here's your bracer here. Yeah, cool design. This one's all silver. I'm surprised it's different color than you think the armor would be gold or something, but yeah, I guess to mix it up. These pieces are soft and just all one. They're not, they don't have buckles or nothing like that. So it's kind of the bracer. And here's a quick look at Hero without the bracers. I removed both of them, put the two semi-closed hands back on, so you can check that out if you didn't like the bracers. And the left side is exactly the same as the right. So moving on to our upper piece of armor, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got the, again, like a flat metallic gold. It's got the this little H or the H of he symbol in there. Obviously, it's painted blue and it's all part of sculpt. Even that little blue gem's painted. Nothing. Yeah, it's nothing like it pops. Nothing comes off. It's just. Yeah, again, it looks like all part of sculpt. So is these buckles here. Now, it's funny. These are also part of sculpt, but painted different than the armor looks like. But then when you get to these larger buckles, they're actually what holds the cape. And I'll show you. So check this out. These pop right off. They're on little snaps. And you can remove the cape. So here's our cape. It looks just like Shearer's cape, basically. It's like same size and everything. Same material and some red. And these little pieces. They like, let me see, little, okay, well, they're little peg. This one's stuck on, but you can you could take them off, and it's kind of what your cape looks like, and yeah, the little pieces without it. So these are the little pieces without the cape, so you got little holes in them. And without the cape, you can see it has little pegs sticking up, so you put these pieces back. You didn't want to use the cape, and they kind of snap like this, and they're, you can see they got a little indentation cut here. That's so it matches up with that buckle. And it kind of blends it in, right? If you want to put them back on, so it snaps in like that, and there's quick look at Hero without the cape. And then I put the cape back on, so I took those pieces off. It's going to like, all right, one end's going to loop right over that peg like so. And then you put your piece on, the way, and again, line it up to where that groove sits in that little buckle there. And do the same with the other. All right, so we checked out our cape. We know how it comes off and goes back on, right? There's the back of the armored. You want to check that out. Now, as far as the armored, so let's remove the upper part of the armored. So we got two straps here. We're going to pop this side apart. And do the same to the left side. Then we're going to pop the head off. All right, so ball peg, and the armor is going to come off just like this. And here's our armor. Okay, obviously we have the cape on. Check that out, real soft. Like most of the Masterverse armor. You can kind of see the inside, right, front and back. And here's a quick look at the buck with the armored off. Yep, that's it. His armored is his buck, just like the battle armored He-Man or some type of undershirt, I guess. All right, it's front, there's a back. Same exact buck as Viking He-Man or Triclops right now. I don't see nothing different. So it's painted. And as far as the articulation, while we have everything off, right, we can spin at the waist, we know that. Spin a little bit up here at the ab and go forward and back like so. Okay, so we put the armor and the head back on. We did the articulation with the armor off, but with the armor on too, see what the ab does. All right, I can still go back and forth and spin. We know the waist spins too. So he has his own unique loincloth or I don't know belt and shorts type design. I don't think we've seen anything like this in the Masterverse yet, so it's a new sculpt. Maybe we might see something like this on the Manny. I know Manny Faces is coming out too in the Masterverse, something similar to that. They might use the same lower piece, but yeah, everything is, it's just obviously it's all blue all the way around. It's okay. This is soft here, so and then you have another under piece there. All right, and there's the front. Yep, the front's soft too. Okay, and this this is separate too. Check that out. This red belt, it's kind of glued on, but this whole thing looks like it can separate all the way around. Probably, but the problem is it goes inside to back into the middle of that peg. So for customizers, usually you can heat this up in hot water, and there's a way with a pry tool to pull this down. You take these off in the legs, and that's how you would remove these loincloths and these figures. It's kind of difficult, but that is a separate piece, and it's got this little silver buckle. That's part of sculpt and paint it. Right, so yeah, belt, yep, it's all part of it. Okay, it's all separate, but pretty cool piece. It's unique to see something like that. So moving on to the leg articulation with this new loin pad. So we can go all the way out like so. It's got the little thigh cut piece that spins in there like that. As far as leg, go do like a front kick, go all the way forward, go all the way back, bend all the way up like that. Got the pinless joints again with the double knee hinge joint in there. Got this big, cool new boot, you know, for Hero. That can also spin. These boots can come off too. Usually heat and there's a big peg. You can change them out with He-Man or Triclops boots. You want to do something different for customizing. And got that little blue design painted. That's all part of sculpt. Both boots are exactly the same. And moving down to the foot, as far as the foot articulation, go all the way up, down, spin all around. So kind of like a rocker joint. So moving on to accessories, Hero comes with 2 hands like most of the Masterverse figures does, and comes with a right punching fist and then an open hand for like a shield or a karate chop hand. This one would go on the left side. And for his other accessory, it comes with his power staff. So this is done pretty cool. Just the sculpting in it, it's pretty heavy. Solid. It's not like where it's going to warp or gum, nothing like that. Now these ends here is pretty neat because they articulate off. Right, you see that on little hinges, and each one come down like this. That looks cool, and it's got that magic crystal up top that Hero usually has, that you've seen in pre-Eternia, has in the comics. Comes with the staff, and the classics had different colors. You wouldn't know till you took the figure out of package. You would get, I think there's a red, a green, and maybe a purple. So I like the design of it too. Translucent, pretty cool. I don't know if this comes off. Yeah, it seems like it might be glued. I ain't messing with it, but glued on. But yeah, it's a pretty cool accessory. I like the way the handle is, the handguard, and it's all done in that flat metallic gold. Magic, is armored, same color and everything in the boots. Yeah, I'm trying to put the staff in one of it, just right hand for now. Pretty hard. You got to really pry these fingers open because the grip is really wide and the fingers are stiff. Now it depends how you position the hand. Of course, the joints in my hand are really, because the weight is really loose. Check it out. Just sometimes he drops it, sometimes he holds it. You just got to get in the right position. But yeah, pretty cool accessory. Let's see if you can balance with it now. All right, so there's our Hero, right, with the staff holding in one hand anyway. Check that out. And I'm trying to set the staff up where he's holding it with both hands, and because of the Masterverse articulation, it's, you can really hold it well in position just with the hinge joints, the joints in the elbow, this little bicep swivel. But it's so heavy, so he keeps falling forward. It's hard to balance him, so I have to use one of these Kaiser stands to hold him up like this. But check that out. Here it looks like holding staff in both hands, ready to do some magic. You can also hold it over his head like this. I just closed up those protector ends that hide that crystal. Check that out. Now, you notice, he doesn't come with the sword of He. I'm going to bring in the classics in a package and show you what I'm talking about. So here's a quick look and comparison with my classics and card, like most of mine always are. There's 2 different Heroes. You can see he has the sword of He, and it has that blue, magical color, and it's got some silver sparkles on it. You can also see his staff in the back. See, I like the way the gold color was done in the classics a lot better. A vac metal. The face. The face looks really good on the class. I mean, his face is cool too, but it's kind of, you can see the difference between these 2 Heroes. But I don't know why I didn't give him a sword. It doesn't make no sense. But anyway, you see that this Hero has a sword. And you're curious too with the classics. There's a bio for this Hero. I want to pause and read that. So what's interesting is I actually have a custom sword from Barbosa Customs on eBay. He's a seller up on that site, and he also has, I think, a Facebook page, and makes all kinds of Motu custom weapons and heads and whatnot. Really good. I bought a lot of stuff off of. But I actually had one that was a Calor sword from the comics for Hero done in this same thing, translucent blue and the blue sparkle. So that's pretty cool. I have that. I'm going to use it on my Masterverse Hero. Okay, and that's better. I got that comic book style sword in his hand. I put the staff in the other. We'll check that out. But yeah, I don't know why he didn't come with a sword. I can't believe that. So much better. And for little custom ideas, now there's not much we could do with the armor to side. I mean, you could take this upper piece off and throw it on He-Man buck and just have skin underneath or something like that, like a half an armor. But I figure This is the newer Battle Armored He-Man. Let's see if the heads match. So I put the Battle Armored He-Man head on the Hero body, and of course Hero is on the Battle Armored. Check that out. And the skin match is pretty good. That can work, but take a look at that. Here's the alternative head that came with Viking He-Man on the Hero body. All right, check that out. And the skin, yeah, it matches too. Can work well. And here's a Master Universe Classics He-Man head on the Hero body. Now, there was different He-Mans, and some of the skin tones were different. This was from the Flying Fist He-Man. But aside that, it, depending on the light, it works. Doesn't look bad. All right, articulation's all the same. So it does sit off the neck a little bit. You can modify. You got to push it down, heat it up, but check that out. Here's the first release He-Man from Revelations head on the Hero body. Check that out. Not even close. Skin don't match. And yeah, that head don't look right. I never liked that head, but just to show you what that looks like. And here's a Master Universe Origins vintage inspired head. Right, put that on the Hero body. Same ball peg. Articulation works great. Right, spins left to right. Goes down and up. Yeah, the skin ain't too bad to match the skin color on the arms and the legs. Just the hair is just so yellow. I wish it was a darker shade like the vintage toys have. It looks so much cooler, but does work. Here's what that looks like. Here's also another quick look at the Hero head on a He-Man body. Now, this was the Viking He-Man body, and I actually changed out. Yeah, I did a trick, heated up, and I changed the shorts out. Put He-Man's boots on, the wrist bracers, the hands, and the armor, because I didn't like the first release body that came with that head was yellow. I never liked that, so this looks much better. And the skin matches too, this body, really well. So you can check that out. It looks really cool. You want a different version of He-Man with that head. And this is the head I use on this body. This was I've showed this many times. This is a custom eBay head. One of the best vintage-inspired heads I've seen yet, But paint, too, it looks cool. The hair matches the body right. But if you want, yeah, you make a He-Man with Hero's armor and a He-Man head. There you go. Check that out. And this is that He-Man head on the Viking He-Man body. So you can kind of just see what it looks like. Alright, so overall, that's my review on a new Master Universe Revelation Hero. Came out pretty cool, I like the head sculpt. Really neat. Been cool to have a second head with a battle-ready face with some teeth grinning or something. That's just me, but it's fine. It's neat that those buckles on the top of the armor, the way they pop off, you can remove the cape, just put those on if you want to use it. The armor's really neat, but I wish the color of the boots and the armor matched the headband. It was more of a vac metal color, and same thing with the staff, just like the classics. But this is how the Masterverse seems to go, like the Battle Armor He-Man in the background, same thing. Everything's a very dull metallic color, I noticed, with the figures in the line. Should be like more of a color like the belt buckle. I can't believe it didn't come with the Sword of He. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. There are custom options like the one I show here, which looks really great in hand, but again, it's like a $20 sword. You shouldn't have to do that. It should just come with one. And that's what's really weird with this Masterverse line. Some figures like the Masterverse Beastman coming at a box, he's just packed with so many accessories. Some things go to this big deluxe box. It's not necessary. And then some figures you get that have two heads and this and that, or just one or two things like Hero. Maybe I guess the cost, because the staff is so heavy and large, that is what's, tallying up the overall cost in a box, and add a sword is a big deal. I don't know, but he should have came with a sword. But aside that, we need a Hero. And we got one. So here he is. And, I like him. Glad I got him. So hopefully it answered all your questions. I hope you guys are doing really great. And until next time, take care.